Good morning, everybody. It is, no way. Well, it is. It's 5:50. I got up at 5 o'clock, and I thought, well, probably only 5:15. That went quick, but I did a lot. I had to take the dogs out, had to feed them, just wrapping up things from the night, and made some toast here and cut up some avocado. I'll show you that. So one of my pieces of bread has an air bubble in it. I use that whole grain sometimes. Sometimes I use other bread, but this is what I'm using this morning, 9 grain. And I already cut up an avocado that was going to go bad if I didn't use it. And I am going to pour my coffee right now. Yum, yum. So that in this little cup, it can make 3 cups out of this, and so I'll be happy to have it because I've got a bad cold. The kid that still lives here was off work 2 days this past week over his cold, and now I have it. Thank you. I'm not suffering or anything. I mean, it's a cold. I'll live through it. But today's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, everyone. What was I going to say? Oh, I don't think I'll take my cold over to my 87-year-old father and my 82-year-old mother. It's not a good idea for them to get ill. And so I left my father a message this morning, and I think he'll see it. I hope so. First thing, I sent it right at 5 a.m. I haven't slept. I took a couple of naps yesterday because I was feeling kind of peaked, but not bad, And then in the night, it was way worse with the coughing and the snuffling and the blowing of the nose. So that's my story on the morning. I'm just going to hang loose. I'm not going to do a whole lot. I'm going to try to, drink fluids and rest. And that's what you do, right? What are your plans for Father's Day? And do you have anybody that you celebrate with or call or send cards to? I am putting everything but the everything bagel on this. So I don't know if anybody puts anything else on it. Like, do you add things? I thought about buttering the bread because I just like butter, But I thought, nah, I'll just do it the regular wholesome way. And I'm going to take it over here to the table and chat some more. Okay, that was very good. I enjoyed that thoroughly. And hopefully it stays right where it is in my stomach. I just feel not woozy, queasy. Okay, I showed this one other time and I thought I'd do it because it's very relaxing and it's very simple. I won't show you as I color the whole thing, but I'll just do some, progress reports. That's what I was trying to think of. So I think that's funny that it's the Kendra, but her name's Norton. So few Kendras that I ever met in my life. Anyway, the book has the colors, and you draw the lines. So all of the pages are flowers that look like they've been watercolored. Oh, that's not flowers. I was wrong about the flowers thing. I only used this once. So I chose to do this one because it looked the simplest. And I got these pens, and I thought I'd try using them. I think last time I used colored pens. But these are those really fine, like, I think, oh, I wrote it down, I don't think. The 03 is the most thick, 01 is the middle, 005 is the finest. There's another pen, but I just brought 3, and I don't know why, I just did. And they're all black. So I'm going to finish my coffee and get started on this. Are you doing anything today besides Father's Day? Are you going to church? Are you having family over? Are you going somewhere? It's supposed to be, I think, 74 here today. So It won't be hot and it won't be cold. It'll just be nice. Okay, it's getting there. I'm working on it. So I'm just coloring along any color breaks and any spaces. And so hopefully when it's done, it'll look more full. Anyway, while I was coloring, I'm just thinking and daydreaming while I do this. And I wonder if anybody else watches a YouTube channel, and I think it's called Soft White Underbelly. Does that sound familiar to anybody? It's this guy who just travels the country, or people come to him, and he interviews them. And they're people who are either, like, they could be well into hooked on heroin or meth or whatever. They could be homeless families. They could be drag queens. They could be anything. Not that drag queens are weird, that's just a life. They're different lifestyles is what they are. And so, anyway, that's my opinion. Dang. So, the most famous one that I think he does is he has this family, he doesn't have a family, but he's been interviewing this family for years in Virginia. They're all brothers and sisters, and they're all related, as in all of them are from the same mother and child. Their parents were related when they had them, is what I'm trying to say. I am really woozy, you guys. I'm sorry. If you watch that channel, that's probably the most interesting thing that he does. He'll go out, walk the streets and looking for tents and talk to people about, what was it like growing up at your house? Did you go to school? Did you go to college? Did you have a job? What was your job? Were you a laborer, or were you like a white-collar worker or something like that? And you just get to find that there's people from all walks of life. It's really interesting. Anyway, the latest video that I can find is 2 days ago, and he is being interviewed. And as far as I know, it's his first time he's ever been interviewed. And he looks a mess. I've not seen him. I've only seen shots of him because usually you see the subject he's interviewing. So a woman off camera is interviewing him and asking him questions, and she says to him something like, this is going to be a really difficult interview because it's close to your heart. And I thought, oh my goodness, he lost a family member or someone. So he says, and he cries through the whole video. It's pitiful. I felt so bad for him. He cries before he starts. He's apparently been dating a woman who's, I think, like, I'm going to guess, 30 years younger than him. I'm going to say he says in the video, but I don't remember. I want to say she's 24 and he's probably 54. So anyway, they've been an item for a long time. And he said, and he had been married in the past, and he'd had other, romantic interests and stuff, but he said that she was the one. And he came to know her because she came to him to interview her mother, who lived in a tent and was addicted to drugs. And so I don't know whether it was heroin or crack or whatever, And so they hit it off before they even interviewed her mother. And they became inseparable pretty much afterwards. And he said she had the same personality, the same humor. She was a whole different kind of person than he had ever been with, and he loved her dearly. He didn't mention why they didn't take it further. Maybe it hadn't been long enough. Maybe neither of them believed in, the marriage or whatever. But he had a key to her place and went over daily, and they talked and they texted all day, every day. They were always in contact. Anyway, the last time he saw her, I don't remember what day it was. Let's say it was Friday night. He stopped by her place. She was having some people over. he stayed for a little while, you know, and then he had something to do in the morning, so he took off. And he said, "Hey, you know, I'm home, and I hope you have a good sleep tonight." And she texted back right away, "I will, and you know, blah blah blah, whatever. I love you and all that." And so in the morning, she always texted him. So he texted her too, and he didn't hear back. And he thought, well, you know, she's busy. Oh, and she has a 3-year-old little boy, and so you know, busy. And then another hour went by, and it went straight to voicemail. And another hour went by, and so then he got worried, and he went to the apartment or house wherever they lived. She lived. I get the feeling that he lived there sometimes or part-time, or I don't know. Anyway, he had his own place too. So when he got there, he couldn't get an answer at the door. He used his key. When he went in, the 3-year-old was awake and running around. Obviously, it was like 11 o'clock in the afternoon by this point, in a dirty diaper. And so he went to her bedroom. The bedroom door was closed. He opened the bedroom. The bed was untouched. He went into the bathroom, and she was in the tub, passed away. So that was sad. No, you hush. It wasn't that sad. Shh, quiet. Dog doesn't even know what I'm saying. It's a tone of voice with dogs, you know. Anyway, she had apparently been using drugs, and he knew about marijuana. She used that, you know, and it was no big deal. And in a lot of states now that's legal, and it's, you know, it is what it is, like alcohol or whatever in my mind, although I don't do either one of those. Anyway, he tried to do CPR. He noticed residue and bits and pieces of cocaine. So she had been doing that too. I'm not going to tell you the rest because it's pretty gory. I told you enough gory already. But if you watch that and you only watch it sporadically like I do, and mainly I watch it for the family in Virginia, you know, that are all related to one another. If you watch that, you might want to give it a watch. It's a sad story, but it makes him I've always thought he was superhuman, you know, like he asked just the right questions at just the right time. Anyway, I need to quit yammering. 7 minutes I've talked to you about this. It's Soft White Underbelly YouTube channel. I'll link it below. All right. I don't know if you can tell that it's been outlined, but, you know, I feel like when I do these, I don't know if anybody else has done these that are watching right now, but when you think you're done and you start to go, okay, I finished it, you find a whole patch of things, shapes, shades that you didn't outline. So I stopped and thought I was done 3 or 4 times. And now I think I'm just going to call it done. And I'm going to take some Tylenol. I'm starting to have some pain, and so I think I'll go ahead and do this, call it done. Tylenol, Advil, whatever, I can get my mitts on over there. My coffee got cold before I could finish it, so I might warm that up. Thanks for watching, everybody, and let me know if you've ever done one of these or seen one of them. Just the reverse coloring book. You can tell I'm a little more coherent now. I've had my coffee. The book has the colors and you draw the lines, and I got this one off Amazon and Norman Publishing, New York. I think that's where I got it. To inspire your creativity. So, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to get to know you. Bye-bye.